what Converse was the main basketball sneaker out there. That was the main one in the 80s. That's Larry Bird sneaker, Magic Johnson, and I forgot who else. So.
Yeah, they showed the commercial too in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
The 92 Bulls, they go for the second championship. They beat the Blazers. During the playoff, during that finals, they were comparing Clyde Drexler to Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan said he was offended by that shit, so he made sure he was like hitting on him all through the series. They ended up winning it, and then it went on to the Olympics, the Dream Team, and how Isaiah Thomas was not invited to the Dream Team, and whether or not Michael Jordan was the one that said, "Yeah, I don't want him on the team," but then it delves more into that, other players had issues with Isaiah, whether it was Scottie Pippen and some other players that just didn't, playing against Isaiah Thomas during that time, they got really physical and they didn't really like the guy. Also, it introduces Tony Kukoc, who played for Croatia during the Dream Team Olympics, and how Kukoc got killed in the first game because he had gotten drafted to the Bulls, and he saw it as a threat to Pippen or whatever. So I don't have really any questions on this one, but I only have one. So this is going to be an easy question. Who do you think was better as a point guard, Magic Johnson or Isaiah Thomas?
Magic Johnson.
By far, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think pure point guard, Isaiah Thomas, but Magic Johnson's probably the best.
I will go with Magic, because Magic, I don't know, he was an overall great player, shooting, passing, he could rebound crazy. So I will go with Magic.
And it was tall for his position.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So I was gonna ask this question, but I'll ask it. So you know how like nowadays, like talking about differences between back then and now with NBA players and shit. One of the things I think, throughout sports, like they mentioned Muhammad Ali and other players that they used to get involved in a lot of social issues at the time when they were playing. And they talked about a North Carolina Senate seat in the episode and how Jordan didn't come out and support the Democratic candidate. It was this guy that was running for Senate there. He ended up losing. But I wanted to ask you guys, do you think that Jordan should have been more vocal on political issues, or do you appreciate that he never got into that? Because for him, it was like he only focused on being an NBA player. He wasn't a politician. That's what he said in the episode. Do you appreciate that he never got involved, or do you think he should have got involved?
No. Like he said, Republicans buy sneakers too, bro.
Yeah. And he made a pledge to the guy. So he gave the guy money, so...
Yeah, he did end up giving the guy money at the end. I think his mom talked to him about it.
Jordan wasn't trying to use his popularity to help others. Jordan was, like Lee said before, he was all about becoming the best basketball player. He saw cocaine, he didn't want that. He saw hookers, he didn't want that. So now he's not gonna help a governor in North Carolina either. It's not like now, like you got the LeBrons and you got the CP3s and all that. You got Kaepernick, because of social media and all that. I understand that, but back then, I don't think Jordan was focusing about, let me help this quote unquote African American win, because he was going versus this other guy. And I think he said that Republicans buy sneakers shit too. I think he said it as a joke, like we bullshit around. I don't think they were gonna take that. Yeah, they weren't gonna take that quote and make like a whole big deal about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about it, because to each his own. Like, we live in a world now that we don't even tell each other who we voted for, because we scared what the other person is gonna say. So I don't mind Jordan. If we're gonna go buy a ticket to watch Jordan play, we're gonna buy a ticket to Jordan play. We're not buying a ticket to hear Jordan say, "Go vote for such and such." You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I didn't mind it. I don't know how all you guys feel about it.
I didn't mind it either. He gave the guy money, so the fuck.
And I think that would have risked his reputation, right? That could have affected what he ended up becoming later on.
It
like the
just.
time.
it's just there's no point in him getting into politics if he doesn't know about it, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but around stuff like that, like the school, talk about, politics and social injustices and all that stuff.
yeah,
Maybe he can live it when he was younger, but I don't think he's lived it since he's become an NBA player. Not so much.
What about you, Santi? Anything?
No, he should have just stayed the way he did. He was just stay out of politics and continue playing basketball.
Got you.
Now, in one of the episodes, they spoke about his gambling problem.
That's the next episode. Yeah.
Okay. Since they say he had a big gambling problem, you think he betted on any of his games?
No, I don't think
Nah.
so.
No?
No, I don't think so. I hope
Because
not.
he always
think so.
wanted to win. I don't think bookie take a bet saying that you betting that you're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't see Jordan. My bad. I don't see Jordan throwing games just to win millions. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because if he wasn't getting paid from the NBA, he was getting paid from fucking Gatorade, McDonald's, Nikes. So his first 10 years, he wasn't making that much money from the NBA. He was making it from endorsement. Like when they were showing when they were showing that clip of the Gatorade commercial, like everybody was singing that song.
Mm-hmm.
You could be 10 years old, you could be 25 years old. You singing, I want to be like Mike. And I'm like, he's making money out of that. So I don't see Jordan throwing a game just because his gambling problem. I don't think.
Yeah, same here. Like
It's
he's
not just about winning or losing. There's a lot of bets to bet. You can keep it getting close.
yeah,
Bet, I think it's going to win by 10 or by 5. He could make it so that it happens that way. And still bet. And we're done.
I don't think I think like he said, he's a competitor. I'm always gonna bet on myself. If I'm gonna bet against anything, it's only himself. So I don't see him like trying to bet ticket to lose or to lose by a certain type of points. I think he just like gambling. He just likes gambling with everything, bro. That he's an obsessive gambler. But I don't think when it comes to the game of basketball, he's separated that. That's what I feel. What you guys?
When it comes to his game.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck about no one else, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he doesn't have a gambling problem. He has a competition problem, like he said in the episode. I believe that shit.
Yeah.
You tell him he can't do something, he's gonna keep on going.
Yeah.
So going into that's episode 6. So episode 6 was basically about the pressures that Michael Jordan's celebrity was having on him. The idea that I think Magic Johnson said to the media, you keep on fucking with him, he's going to end up leaving the game. I think that was before he ended up leaving for baseball, maybe. Yeah. And then during the episode, a book comes out calling Michael Jordan a tyrant, talking about the behind the scenes of the team, about how he like harassed teammates and fucked with them, and was just like not that good image that he had in the media. Was actually, it was worse than behind the scenes with the team. And then he wins the 3rd championship against the Suns, against Charles Barkley, who became MVP that year. He said that shit pissed him off, so he said, I'm going to take the fucking championship from him, so he got the MVP. And then it talks about the Knicks, that they were the biggest threat to the Bulls at the time. The 1993 Eastern Conference Finals, the Knicks go up 2-0 against the Bulls, and that's when he went down to Atlantic City to get away for like a couple hours to go, gamble and God knows what. And that's when the gambling issues start coming into the news and everything. So the question I have for this episode is, which team was Michael Jordan's biggest threat in his career? Yeah, not in the finals, like playoff-wise, finals-wise. What was the team that was the biggest threat?
After they became a good team, a solid team, I would say the Knicks.
Yeah, I would say the Knicks too. Even though the Knicks didn't, I think the Knicks gave them closer games than some of the finals.
Didn't they go 7 games with the Knicks?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
can't
There
say.
was one series that the Knicks
Can't
took
say
it to a
something?
lead.
I can't say either. I don't remember those games. So
Yeah.
I would agree. I think the Knicks really gave them like consistent threat throughout the time when he was there.
You know who used to give them a good threat too? The Pacers.
Oh, yeah.
The Pacers with Reggie Miller and the Davis brothers. They used to give them good
Oh,
games.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And the last question I have for this episode is the best player. Who is the best player to never win a ring because of Jordan? Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, or Patrick Ewing?
Patrick Ewing, hands down.
He's the best one out of the three. Yeah, the Knicks.
I say Barkley, but Ewing because Ewing got affected so many times. So Ewing.
Yeah.
Barkley was in Barkley was in the West.
In the Suns, they played them in the finals.
When they went into the finals. So like those are the three big other players of that time that never won a ring because of Jordan. He would either eliminate them in the Eastern Conference or in the finals. So
Yeah.
That's also Karl Malone and Stockton.
Yeah.
Santi?
there was a I'd say Ewing, but there was a quote behind that, a question. I forget who said. I think it was Kendrick Perkins. I may be wrong. That with all these comparisons with LeBron James and stuff, that person said that Michael Jordan is going to be the all-time GOAT because he stopped GOATs from getting rings.
Damn.
LeBron, because how many people have gotten rings against LeBron already? So I got to find that quote. That was a good-ass quote.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah. I would say Karl Malone just because he made it all the way to the finals. He was really good in his time.
Yeah.
And those series were, I think each of those series went 6 games. It was real
What you're telling me is the mail didn't get delivered.
It got sent back.
When Pippen said that shit to him? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. They didn't deliver the mail that day.
Yeah.
I,
Don't deliver on Sundays.
I,
No.
I got a few questions to close out.
Go ahead, Lee.
So what I noticed on I don't know whatever episodes. What I noticed with like watching the last 2 episodes, that Magic Johnson talks a lot of shit, and I liked it. I like watching both of them talk shit. But I wanted to get from you guys who you think is like one of the best trash talkers in the NBA. So guys I thought of like Barkley, Shaq, Jordan, Gary Payton, Larry Bird, and of course Magic Johnson. Like who you guys remember in terms of like talking shit?
Patrick Beverly.
Patrick, you said Patrick Beverly? No. What you said, Rich?
Garnett was a big talker. Did you mention him?
Oh yeah,
Garnett was a
yeah.
good one, yeah.
That was one of
Yo.
the big stuff.
He used to chew up Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan?
Yeah, Kevin Garnett, he used to chew his ass up. You should see the videos of that shit.
Yeah.
That shit is funny.
I say ugly ass Sam Cassell.
Yo, that's true.
Was it
Yo.
Garnett Payton? I don't know.
He looked like EC, bro. Talking trash, bro.
Yeah. For me, it will be Charles Barkley talking trash.
Barkley?
Yeah, talking trash. But Magic, what I noticed, Magic was talking mad trash, which I love watching.
How about the person that never spoke, but he always waved the finger? No.
Matumbo.
Matumbo. Yo, just by doing that, people get mad because he was blocking people.
And then fucking Jordan did that shit to him. Yeah.
When he dunked on him, he'd be like, yeah.
All right. So, what other teams compared to the Dream Team? So, if you could assemble a 5-man team after the Dream Team, what do you think it would be? Like the players.
Voltron.
Who you think would be the players?
Remind me of some of the team players.
So, I think the starting 5 was